Welcome to MJ Yaks Movies. Today I'll be yakking the film It Ends With Us. This is a film directed by Justin Baldoni. It is an adaptation of the book of the same name written by Colleen Hoover. It stars Justin Baldoni and as well Blake Lively as the main character Lily Bloom. Also starring is Brandon Sklenar with some guest supporting appearances by Jenny Slate and Hassan Minaj as well as some other character actors you may or may not recognize. This is a movie about a woman who growing up experiences the unfortunate situation of her parents being in an abusive relationship. And then when she becomes an adult, she too falls into the trap of an abusive relationship and has to try and get out of it. This movie has two timelines. It has an adult timeline and a teenage timeline. And where to begin with this one? So this is obviously an adaptation of a book. And when it comes to book adaptations, there's sort of two ways one can go with the making of the movie. One is to explain as much as you can of the book so that people who've not yet read the book understand what's going on, like a Jurassic Park, for instance. Or in the case of this one, you don't really explain anything, and if people have not read the book, they're going to be asking themselves a lot of questions. So, for instance, one of the things that's really problematic or really tough with this film is that there's a lot of time jumps. You'll be watching a scene, and then there'll be another scene following that, where you have to stop and think to yourself, wait a minute, is this like 5 months later? And then oftentimes it turns out, yes, it is. They've not really addressed it, though. Or also, there'll be lines of dialogue where you'll think to yourself, why would you ask that? Why would you say that now? Why would you ask that now? Why? Why? For instance, the Lily Bloom character has a tattoo on her clavicle, and maybe 6 months to a year into the relationship, the Ryle character, the Justin Baldoni character, by the way, the names in this are also insane, Ryle and Atlas. He asked her what the tattoo's about. Not a question you would ask somebody 6 months to a year into a relationship, especially not one in which you've been as physical as seemingly they've been. Also, another thing that's crazy about this movie are the outfits, the costuming. So it feels like all of the costuming was done by stylists who absolutely insisted that no practical real-world clothes ever be worn in this. Every single outfit is posed or very selected, crafted, let's say, to the point where you think, don't these people ever just like if you're setting up your flower shop, wouldn't you just wear casual clothes? You wouldn't put on the incredibly stylized like overalls with the shirt and whatnot? I don't know. Anyways. So I'm going to say overall for me, this film did not work. It was weird. Between yay, nay, in between, this for me is going to be a nay. But if you like weird movies that were shot under duress, perhaps this might be a yay. If you like Blake Lively, this might also be a yay. Or if you're a big fan of the book and you've not yet seen this, and you just want to see what the film adaptation is like, this might also be a yay. Also, one last thing before I wrap everything up. Currently there is civil litigation going on between the main actors of this film. So depending on where you're at in your timeline, this may have already been resolved and there might be further information. But for now, in my timeline, it has not yet been addressed. And all I know is that it seems like this production was made under knife point, let's say. So yeah, for me, this is a nay. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe. Cheers.